Am I
Hey, Jay.
audible? Hey, how's it going?
I was muted. Sorry.
No, I was having trouble connecting it to my microphone as well.
Oh,
Jumping from Google Meet to Blue Jeans to
yeah.
Zoom to Teams to I just feel
I
like
I actually rather like Teams.
really? Okay,
Yeah.
you're the outlier.
Yeah. Well, I'm a Mac OS desktop user, so that's probably why. I think anyone who's on Fedora or RHEL or CentOS probably doesn't like Teams, but
Yeah, I don't really have anything. It's no worse than WebEx or anything else,
yeah.
um, as a protocol. I mean, it's actually probably better than like the old Skype protocol that would simply take over every process in my machine.
Yeah.
But no, I just find that Fedora does not like to keep up with different things wanting access to its microphone and its drivers. So
Yeah.
every time I go to one from one to the other, I have to reset audio and video before I even start. And it,
Well, from a security perspective or a privacy perspective, that's probably good. But
I suppose that doesn't mean I
I
have to
have,
run.
yeah, I have a little service that pops up whenever the camera or the microphone is accessed. So.
If I was on the ball, I would just file a request to have somebody write that or write it myself. But that's not going to happen.
Who has the time?
I know. When the holidays come, I have other things to do. Um, I
Are you
don't.
taking any time off or?
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna take hopefully 2 weeks plus a day, and just sit and stare at the wall for 2 weeks. What about you?
I'm starting on the 14th, which I am
Nice.
absolutely giddy about. I haven't had time
Yeah,
off like that in a while. So,
it's like almost 3 weeks, isn't it?
yeah, just
Yeah.
about. Yeah, with the shutdown and everything. So, like I said, I'm like, woo! I might
That's,
try to learn a little Rust, do a little embedded Rust programming.
oh, nice. Very
Goes.
nice.
See how that
Actually, do
goes.
actually do some fun things for a change.
Yeah.
I'm building an enclosure. I just got a 3D printer, so I'm gonna build an enclosure and dust off my SketchUp skills and see where it takes me.
Oh, nice.
Do something completely unrelated to open source communities or anything like that. I don't know how many people we're going to get. We had, I think, 11 this morning at the morning session, and
Yeah, I was on the morning one.
uh,
Um, I missed the last two. I think there was a calendar snafu or something because
there was a calendar snafu, and I
okay,
took total responsibility for that. I thought I had changed everything, and I think that Lee pointed out that hadn't I had missed one. So,
because the one that was in the morning last time I still saw as being on Thursday, and then the
mhm.
evening one was on Tuesday, but the evening one said there was one earlier in the day, and I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I don't see it.
I had forgotten that there's actually two different invites
Oh,
that I'm maintaining. And I'm hoping to shrink that down to one, but one is on our automotive calendar and one is public. So it, I
all
think
right.
I think it was the internal one that I missed. And yeah, I have apologized to a number of people personally for that. So I apologize to
No
you as
apologies needed for me. I
well.
was I figured that it was something like that, but
Yeah, I think I've got it straightened through the end of the year, and I was hoping that we'd get more people on. We'll probably discuss it more at the formal meeting in 2 weeks. But hopefully we'll be able to discuss it and get a single time nailed down. Because so far, every single time that I pick it or change the day or the time, a lot of people get left out. There's just
yeah,
no good time because there's this just narrow window between like I'm on the West Coast. I don't know where you
yeah.
are, but
Chicago.
okay. So yeah, there's this narrow space between like 7 or even sometimes 6 in the morning my time and 10, maybe 9 or 10 when Europe goes offline.
Yeah.
and everything gets squeezed into that, and I get triple booked all the time.
Oh yeah. This week I've started at 6 and 6:30
Oh,
in the morning. So yeah, it's a little rough.
I've been doing that every day this week. It's usually I only do it about twice a week, and then goes
Yeah.
back to more like 7, which is, still not my body's favorite, but at least it's light outside when I wake up.
I mean, I I've never really been a morning person, and when I came back to Red Hat and knew, I was going to have an earlier schedule, I consciously made that shift.
Hmm.
And it's generally been okay, but I've also realized I just got a smartwatch and I've been
Hmm.
tracking my sleep, and I've realized that I just really get poor sleep quality. So I've been trying to dial that in,
Yeah,
you know. I think that helps out. Like the days when I, get like a better quality sleep, I feel it.
yeah,
And it's
yeah.
addictive too. Like you want it. You want it every night. So,
I know. I just wish I could make my head go to sleep by midnight or so, because it just sometimes it doesn't happen.
yeah.
Just revving up at around then.
Right. Yeah, that's how I've always been. I've always been a night owl. So
We keep thinking about possibly even moving east in order to accommodate this job.
really?
Yeah, we're in the middle of buying a house right now, so it won't be soon. But in a couple of years, we're thinking, dang, maybe it is just time to go east. But of
So
course, by that time, we'll probably be deeply involved in Asian meetings, and everything will be at night.
yeah, right. Um, you're in Canada?
Yeah, in
So
Victoria.
okay. Yeah. So where would you go east?
I don't know. I mean, if we were going to move east, I don't, I don't think I really want to go to Quebec. It's kind of for non-Francophiles, you
Hmm.
basically kind of branded. It's my understanding. I've never actually been there, but I just hear these horror stories of people who go there, and they're like, I speak fluent French, but they still didn't like me because they couldn't understand my accent. But I don't know. I've been to Toronto a number of times in the area, and I know a bunch of people in the area. I don't think I could do that. And then you go up to Ottawa, and everything's like the ground is literally frozen for 4 months out of the year.
Yeah.
There's snow on the ground for almost 6 months out of the year. And I'm like, I grew up in California. It's just it's just
I
not the.
really like I actually really like Toronto. I have some friends in Toronto, and I've always felt like Toronto has a big Chicago feel.
Yeah, I think I see what you mean. I know what you
You
mean. It's
know?
like, lake oriented cities all seem to have that kind of feel.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but I've never been to Ottawa. My neighbor's son lives up in Ottawa now.
Mm. Ottawa is quite nice. It's actually interesting because it's right on the border with Quebec. So you cross the bridge and then you're in Gatineau, Quebec, and you can tell. I mean, suddenly the
Yeah.
street signs are in French, and everything just has a very different feel to it. But Ottawa is kind of like Victoria in that it's a really old city and they've maintained the old stone buildings quite well. So
Okay.
you kind of feel almost like you're in an English village as opposed to the seat of government. I think a lot of the government seats are like that because
That's
Victoria is
cool.
the government seat for BC.
Right.
So they try to maintain the flavor a little bit.
That's cool.
Um,
So did you
yeah.
ever get your RC car? I see it behind you in
Oh yeah,
the
yeah. The blue
you got it all
Capri.
built out.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my son is kind of an RC expert, so he
What's
actually worked.
powering it?
It's I couldn't tell you. It's a Tamiya something or other.
Well, did you put a R-Pi 4 on it or like a Jetson or something or
No, no, it's not a home built. It's actually
oh,
we took a stock off the shelf uh,
got
uh,
it.
chassis, and then this was a Lexan body that my brother found in Japan.
Oh,
They're
cool.
apparently quite rare. So, and I didn't know what the heck to do with it, but my son knows how to, mask it and paint it properly and everything
Yeah.
else. And it goes like a bat out of hell.
Yeah,
Unlike,
I mean, when I
unlike,
look at what's there now when I was a kid, I'm like, ooh, those are
oh,
really cool.
it's a very, very different experience. He's shown me some that are small, and
Yeah.
yet still they are, they have proportional steering, and the speed control is really good. And they
Yeah.
use, either nickel metal hydride or lithium batteries. So, and sometimes some of them have brushless motors, and they just fly. He's
Right.
got some that will do more than 100 miles an hour in the shop.
Get out, really?
Yeah, some of the
That's
videos are
crazy.
crazy, especially when they wreck them, because the videos when they wreck them, you just get parts like going into the next county. It's crazy, and they're not cheap, you know.
No, they're not. I mean, they're not crazy either, but
Hmm.
I mean, I remember when I was a kid, my dad took me to like a model um, conference because we
Hmm.
live very close to like one of the major conference centers in
Mm.
Chicago or just outside Chicago. And I remember just seeing like, you know, remote control helicopters and stuff that were like the size of my desk, and they were just amazing, and there was where I live too, there's one of the few model airfields.
Oh, right.
So I used to go down there. I used to ride my bike over there and just watch, like the hobbyists, older guys that,
Hmm.
either flew planes at one point or whatever, and they had like jets and stuff like that. It was crazy. Really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, we've got one of those fields around here. It's about just up the peninsula a little bit, and you can see some crazy stuff there.
Yeah.
There was one guy who hand built a Snoopy. It looked like a doghouse, but he had built, I think it was a quadcopter inside it. So it just
Okay.
looked like Snoopy flying around. It was awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Did
Well,
you get anybody come to this last time or?
yeah, we actually had, I think, 5 or 6 people on the last
Oh,
one.
okay.
I have the recording. I need to stop actually doing like biz dev work and just do some regular simple community work and get those videos uploaded and fix the wikis and fix uh, all the other stuff. Rich Bowen complains about this too with the rest of CentOS. He's like, I don't have enough time to do my job because I'm too busy doing all of the other stuff that's around it.
Yeah, now that you say that, I realize all of our chit chat's being recorded.
Yeah, this one I can throw away. I forgot about that. So yeah, I don't think we're going to get anybody else today. We can probably just close up.
All right.
So
Well, have a good night.
yeah, thanks for coming.
Sure.
Talk to you soon.
Anytime. Bye.